Jonathan Lee Riches investigates. I am covering the Moscow, Idaho Bryan Kohberger case. Let's talk about a fishing expedition. Bryan Kohberger's attorney, Ann Taylor, in court asking for specific records that she has not received. And a lot of people think it is a fishing expedition, but some people think it's not a fishing expedition. Cast out to sea. Fishing expedition. Now, what is she asking for? Well, she's asking for police training records. She's asking for FBI cast records. And she's asking for FBI records on the white Hyundai Elantra.
As the court knows, we have been representing Mr. Kohberger since the very end of December of 2022. And during the course of the last several months, there has been a lot of discovery that's been requested and a lot that's been supplied. I come here asking the court to compel discovery. I'm seeking an order directing that we receive this discovery. I'm not seeking any other kind of sanction. I don't come here saying that the prosecutor has done something wrong. I come here saying that there are things that we have a disagreement about whether I should get them or when I should get them, and we seek a court order to assist us in this regard. Yesterday, we filed an exhibit that related to our motions to compel, and the purpose of that exhibit was to show the court how the discovery is coming in and what we are reading through to try to find the information, and to let the court know that our office is making extraordinary efforts. Mr. Kohberger's team works nonstop, and when we ask for discovery, it's because we have reason to believe it exists. So I wanted the court and counsel to be aware it's not a fishing expedition. These are real items that are really necessary to investigate this case and prepare Mr. Kohberger's defense. So
Fishing expedition. Now, is that a fishing expedition or not? Do you think Ann Taylor, Bryan Kohberger's defense attorney, should be able to get those records she is seeking? Here's another report on fishing expedition when it comes to Ann Taylor in the Bryan Kohberger case. So this is a media report. Bryan Kohberger's defense denies fishing expedition as he appears in court. Lake County Judge John Judge warned media outlets against zooming in their cameras on Bryan Kohberger during court proceedings. Idaho murder suspect Bryan Kohberger appeared in court on Tuesday, hours after prosecutors announced their plans to seek the death penalty against him. The 28-year-old criminology PhD student appeared in Lake County Court in Moscow, Idaho on Tuesday afternoon, where Judge John Judge will hear arguments on several motions in the case. In recent court filings, Mr. Kohberger's attorneys have asked the court to order prosecutors to turn over more evidence about the DNA tying him to the crime, as well as information about the grand jury which returned an indictment against him. Mr. Kohberger's attorney said they were not on a fishing expedition, but noted they needed the material in order to build a strong case for their client. Mr. Kohberger is accused of the brutal murders of Kaylee, Madison, Ethan, and Xana, who were stabbed to death November 13th. What do you think? Amongst the evidence requested by the defense are training records of 3 police officers who interviewed critical witnesses, information about the FBI team leading the criminal probe, and background on the tip that led to the search for Mr. Kohberger's white Hyundai Elantra and cell phone records cited in the probable cause affidavit. What do you think? There is a heightened standard now that the state has announced its intent to seek the death penalty. And these are very relevant pieces of information, Kohberger's defense said. Are they on a fixed fishing expedition or not? Fishing expedition, yes or no? Let me know what you think. Do you think that what she is asking for is a fishing expedition? She says no. There's a lot of people online that say yeah, but there's also a lot of people online that say no. The defense is entitled to all discovery. But how much discovery? What is enough discovery? When is enough? When is pushing the envelope? If she's pushing the envelope or not, maybe she's not. Do you think a defense attorney should get training records of the officers? Their actual credentials and records? I don't know. How can training records of an officer help Bryan Kohberger's case? Or could it hurt Bryan Kohberger's case if it's given to Ann Taylor? Or it's just Idaho rules, which is Rule 16, says that training records doesn't apply to discovery in that sense. What do you think? Subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button. Do you think Ann Taylor will ultimately get the records she is seeking in her motions to compel, which are many motions that she has filed? We will talk soon. Stay tuned.